What's up, guys? So today we got some interesting content over here. We are coming to my psychologist, my sports psychologist, and this is something I get asked a lot in interviews and also by some fans. What's the role and how does this affect high performance athletes? And I think it's a very interesting, theme to talk to you guys and kind of show what I do with my psychologist and how this helps me perform better in my in all my fights and also in my life in general. Baby. E aí?
Vicente.
Tudo bom? Cadê o caneta? Beleza?
Beleza, vamos sentar.
So right now I'm here at the office of my sports psychologist, and as I told you guys, we're gonna show a little bit of what I do over here and how this helps me perform better, how this helps me, focus on fighting and deal with all the other, mental aspects of being a high performance athlete, and also of being, just another human being that deals with normal problems, and how can I deal with that and perform at a high level. So this is my sports psychologist, Luciana Castelo Branco, and she's gonna explain a little bit of this. Então, explica aí um pouco para a galera que está assistindo a gente, um pouco do trabalho que a gente faz, como que a gente, se conheceu, como que começou esse trabalho e o foco até hoje, assim, de qual tem sido o trabalho.
Eita, Vicente, quando começou, né? A gente começou em 7 anos atrás, né?
Sim, a gente tem um
Começamos através da Cerrado, né? Você e a Vivi, né? Eu fui lá na Cerrado a pedido do Daniel para ver a necessidade de vocês fazerem uma preparação mental pro esporte. E a gente conversou e viu que realmente era o que vocês precisavam naquele momento. Começamos a fazer esse trabalho, né? A preparação psicológica, ela é como a preparação física, como a preparação técnica, né? Ela é um trabalho periodizado, continuado, é um trabalho onde a gente inicia com avaliação psicológica específica, tanto para a área da saúde mental, né? Como também a área específica para o esporte, né? Então a gente começa a identificar se a sua saúde mental tá ok, se você tá com alguma dificuldade emocional que a gente precisa trabalhar antes de iniciar a preparação para o alto rendimento. Depois a gente vai para a preparação das habilidades psicológicas para o esporte, né? Onde a gente vai trabalhando estabelecimento de metas, controle da ansiedade, né, pré-competitiva, controle da atenção e concentração, entre outros fatores psicológicos que venham a interferir no seu rendimento. A partir daí a gente faz esse trabalho direcionado tanto no período de base quanto no período específico para a luta, né? Após a luta, a gente faz o registro e avaliação da luta, onde a gente vai ver tudo em todas as preparações, tudo que deu certo, tudo que precisa melhorar, né? Até as técnicas de preparação mental que foram boas para você, o que é que a gente precisa aperfeiçoar nessas técnicas, aonde que a gente precisa mudar. E daí a gente continua no próximo período, né? Próximo período de base, pós-luta, a gente dá continuidade nesse trabalho para você continuar evoluindo.
So as she explained, she explained kind of how the work started and how it goes all through the process before a fight, during a fight, and then after the fight as well. We do a lot of different kind of moments that we have, and I would like to point out some specific things that maybe some of you guys might find interesting and might even kind of relate to it. Maybe it can help you guys as well. So in my opinion, like some things that have really helped me, and I think that are things that fighters and even fighters that are starting could do, is one is the diary. So I have my training diary. I register it every day, always that I'm going to training. And what's really interesting is that I have the goals that I have to set. So before I go to training, I have the goals, I set them, then I train, and after that I have to kind of make kind of explain a little bit of what happened, give some grades to how my training went, and make sure that I did or not achieve the goals I wanted to. So that's something that I really think is interesting. We're gonna show a little bit of that. And also the other thing is, it's hard for me to say. I don't know what the name would be, but it's kind of like, it's also setting goals, but then in the long term. So if I have a fight, I have kind of like a planning. We do a little plan where I have different goals that I have to achieve for me to get for me to feel that I am, you know, ready to fight. So I'll set the date of the fight, and then I'll have specific goals for my physical conditioning, for my nutrition, for my psychological aspect as well, for my technical training, and I have that all written down. So I make sure that I'm gonna check, you know, every box on that goal list, and get to the fight ready to go and ready to compete at the high level. So right now I just finished registering what I did in the training today. So today I did some pad work, you know, Muay Thai, kickboxing, and right here I registered how the training went, what were the focuses, if I did or not, you know, kind of reach the goals that I set, and also on the psychological part, how I felt, what was my mind going through, like if I was focused on training or if I was thinking about other things. So just registering everything, because then I can come here with the psychologist and just go through this and make sure that even if I think everything is going okay, maybe she can see something that is not as it used to be, or, you know, it could be maybe showing that I'm not as focused, as sharp as I normally am. So just to make sure we have everything registered.
Pode ir, Luciana.
Então, a gente agora, quando a gente vai começar o camp, a gente começa com um instrumento que é a escada de metas. A gente vê que a escada de metas, ela vai trazer todas as áreas que serão trabalhadas e que precisam evoluir na preparação do Vicente para a luta, né? Então, a gente vai com a parte da preparação física, técnica, tática, psicológica, nutricional, fisioterápica, se o atleta estiver fazendo algum trabalho, né, preventivo, algum trabalho de tratamento de lesão, né? Então a gente consegue, com a escada, né, traçar todas as metas de onde que o Vicente precisa chegar para que ele vença a luta, para que ele dê o melhor dele nessa luta. A gente avalia, né, a gente faz uma avaliação onde o Vicente traça um padrão de todas as suas capacidades em cada área, né? E juntamente com cada profissional, o Vicente vai trabalhar cada área. Por exemplo, na preparação física, capacidade de força, velocidade, resistência. Ele e o preparador físico vão trabalhar como que eles vão chegar naquelas metas para a luta. Na parte técnica, tática, com os treinadores e o head coach. Na parte psicológica comigo, na parte nutricional com o nutricionista e na parte fisioterapêutica com o fisioterapeuta, né? Então, tendo toda essa equipe integrada, né, e alinhada nas metas e na forma de como chegar a essas metas, a gente consegue vislumbrar realmente a conquista do objetivo, né, da meta de resultado, que é a vitória, né, que é dar o melhor na luta, né? Claro que a gente sabe que a gente pode fazer tudo, mesmo sem a vitória não é garantida, mas a gente trabalha para isso, a gente trabalha buscando a vitória.
So as she explained, more in the technical aspect, I'm going to explain kind of like how this how I feel it works on my career, and how I feel that this kind of like how it flows, you know, in everything I'm doing. So this is the goal ladder. So we have different goals, as you said, physical, technical, tactical, and psychological, and the objectives of the fight, what we want to do as the plan of how the fight is going to go, but also what are the goals for the fight. What does that fight mean to me, and what a win would also mean to me in the future. So we have all this kind of like written down, and then we have a plan. I kind of plan how I'm gonna get these objectives done. So I have physically, I have different objectives, and I'm going to talk to my coach. Technically, I'm going to talk to every single coach, wrestling, striking, grappling, to each coach, and we're going to have all of this lined up. And I'm going to have different kind of evaluations if I'm doing well or not. And what this makes sure is make sure that I'm being realistic, that I'm checking, and that I'm keeping myself real. You know, I'm not just training whatever, you know, just training whatever I feel like with no goal and with no objective. And even if I do have a goal and if I have objective, if I'm taking the right steps to get to that objective. So sometimes I could just be, you know, training and I'm feeling good, I'm doing well on sparring, and then I just feel that everything is going well, but maybe I'm not training with the guys that I should be training because they're not like my opponent. So I'm doing well against a guy, but he's not, he doesn't fight like my opponent does. That's going to be a problem, and this is where I'm going to be able to see that, because I'm going to see, hey, here I wrote down I got to train with this and that. I'll put 3 or 4 names of guys that I got to train with, and I'm going to be able to check, am I training with these guys? No, I'm not. So I'm not doing what I plan to do. And this is what me myself with all the professionals planned. That would be the best outcome for me to get there on fight day and perform the best that I can. So if I don't follow this, I'm going to be kind of like, you know, I'm screwing myself up, you know. So I'm setting up myself to failure. So that's where I can see, and when I see that, I can make the adjustment. So I say, okay, I'm making a mistake. Let's go back to the plan. Let's go back to the goals that we set, and make sure that through the whole training camp, which sometimes, you know, it could be 10 weeks, could be 8 weeks. And during that time, we have, you know, day-to-day problems, day-to-day things going on, and we can get distracted. This keeps us on point, keeps me and all the coaches and all the professionals that work with me, you know, on the same page and making sure that we're doing what we need to do to get that win. So guys, this was a little bit, and I'll tell you guys, it's just a little bit, you know, it's so much, so many different things I do here on the sports psychology treatment. But I hope you guys, you know, enjoyed it. I showed a little bit of what was going on. I had the opportunity to work with a great professional, Luciana. She has worked with a lot of athletes in the past. She also was part of the Brazilian national team of judo. So, you know, it's a great professional to help me with this, and hope you guys enjoyed it. Obrigado, Luciana. Valeu demais por ter mostrado aí, compartilhado um pouquinho com a galera. And yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel, you share the video, you like the video, and if you guys want to know anything, you know, and more things about this, you guys can, you know, hit me up, comment on the video, or send me messages, and I'll try to, you know, cover more content on this and take all you guys' doubts and make sure that I answer the questions. Thank you.